The price of XRP will start to rise in just 12 hours, and by August 3rd at 11:59 p.m. EST, it could reach as high as $11,898 per XRP. Even Donald Trump, the President of the United States, said that today is very important because payments will start coming in on August 3rd. But why does that happen? The Central Bank of the United States and the Central Bank of Japan have both confirmed that banks will start using XRP in the next few weeks. Both of these central banks have adopted the XRP system. Also, and this is the most important part, $196 trillion will be added to the XRP database in just 24 hours. And this huge increase in volume will soon lead to a supply shock for XRP, which could make it worth $11,890 per XRP overnight. And even Monica Long, the president of Ripple, has said that this information is clear. His bank, Bank of America, said that they are all in on XRP. When we talk about XRP, which is worth 0.087 right now, you need to keep in mind that it could hit $11,000 overnight. So we've chosen to work with Apple to give free XRP to everyone who watches this video. It's really very simple. It only takes 5 minutes to do everything. Just give the video a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel so you can get post alerts. Then use the link in the description to sign up for Apple and make a purchase. Once more, this takes less than 5 minutes. You'll get $100 so that you can buy XRP. You can even get your money back in cash if you change your mind about buying XRP. But once more, I really think you should do it. It's really just free money. Now that we've said that, let's start today's movie. Tavid already said that you shouldn't use Bitcoin to buy coffee unless you're willing to wait an hour for the transaction to be confirmed. After that, it would cost a lot to do business. Get your Bitcoin. Yes, the SEC has been jing the price of XRP. Honestly, I think a lot of people forget that XRP was the second most valuable digital asset after ETH before the SEC got involved in the crypto markets. The SEC then stepped in and said, hey, we think ETH is probably fine. ETH also went up, then they sued Ripple, which caused XRP to drop. We shouldn't have our government work like this. We are the first ones on a level playing field, and we all have the same chances. In this case, our government shouldn't be picking winners and losers. We think we'll win in the end and things will work out on their own, but for now, it's difficult for the community, or as you put it, the XRP family. Ripple is another one you like. You said that was the coin we should look at now. Of course. Why? Okay, so Ripple was the second most valuable coin before the SEC looked into them. They filed this really strange case against them, and the Ripple is going to be the track that everything runs on in the future. Right now, they made their own stable coin. And Bank of America, as I already said, did all of their business with each other. It's protected by 83 patents. There will also be some really cool stuff coming out. Now, here's the deal. The truth is that RealFi is where the real money is. Now, RealFi is going to open up the $196 trillion in the world's real estate market in the next 24 hours. This is actually happening because on August 3rd, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the ecosystem will start making it harder for people to open private real estate. There will be a lot of discussion about where the real token will go, but it will all go through the XFP ledger and the real token. I'm surprised to show you the price right now because it went from 3 cents to over $950 overnight like this and reached a size of 65,000 with about 1% of the total $650 trillion pumped into the ecosystem. This makes sense since their supply is only 50 million for their phase 1 supply, which doesn't mean anything. It's possible for supply shock to happen. Just look at XRP as an example. It has 100 billion limit. If you compare real token to any other token, Solana, in any other real world, that's a sign this is the cheapest and most useful coin payment. It's only 4 cents and is on the XRP ledger. This doesn't mean anything. When you look at the holders, the fact that there are only 2,000 of them shows how early this project is. It's been around for about 2 months, but even back then, people made hundreds of thousands of dollars because this thing went from literally 0.001 to about 3 or 4 cents, which is very bullish. But we're just getting started because this is expected to go to the thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars to be exact, which means that for every $1,000 you invest, you can make over $1 million. Think about $10,000 having 10 million. You want to make $100 million from the possibility of doing that again, but this time in a non-financialized world. The crypto space is risky, but you're talking about $100,000 that could make you $100 million. To go over this one more time, they're 100% KYC. That's a 100% KYC score. At the top of the list where there is little risk, BNIT gets a score of 100%. Once more, this is a very bullish move. I mean, even the levels of pushback and support, very strong levels of support and almost no resistance at all. It really does show how big this is. The chart is just about to break out at any second. Now think about this. All of this possibility is backed by a huge company called RealFi, which is a payment and real estate solution. 2. If you accept this letter, all of the money will be sent to the mass troops. Okay, I think everyone gets that. But just know that the number of yes votes will rise into the hundreds. It could be thousands, but when you see another acceptor letter coin, you'll know that the utility-based project is going to bring in trillions of dollars. It's going to move the money around. You should always know that if the money has a vertical supply, the real token will skyrocket to tens of thousands of dollars. At the same time, that extra piece can hit $1,000. And if it's only $100, the real token will probably be in the thousands of dollars. In other words, you could walk away with a lot more cash if you got into the real token early and it went through the roof. Once more, I want to make it clear that I'm not a financial advisor and that this is not a financial advisor studying. As I said, this is just my view and not financial advice. It applies to real token, XRP, and all the other tokens we talked about. I'm just telling you guys this because I want you to do your study. That's why I brought it up. Do your research because you don't want to be that person who got lazy and didn't do his research. The next morning, real token's price has gone from 4 cents to $500 and everyone is asking you if you bought it. You'll say, no, I wish I had done my research first. Instead, you did your study, made a decision, and now your bag is full. If the price goes down after you invested, you'll be like, okay, you know what? If you decide not to buy again and the price goes up, you'll be like, okay, you know what? You say, who cares? I did my research. Good luck. In conclusion, you should do your homework since this is a very important matter. In my opinion, this huge project will bring something new to the world, especially when it comes to extra pleasure. So long as you know what you're talking about and do your study, you can make your own choice. For example, if you look at the charts, it looks very bullish and has a very high score. Really, people are paying a lot of attention to this, and it's clear that their wallets are getting bigger every day. To wrap up this film, I want to say that the XRP ledger is going to go crazy. There is proof. And all the money is going to move to XRP. Yes, it's only a matter of time. In 12 hours, when we get a piece of the huge amount of trillions that are going into the XRP system, there may be a huge breakout. On August 31st, 59, 196 trillion won will be added to the XRP record through the real token. This is a big amount. This is only a small part of the bigger story. That is, 196 trillion of the 650 trillion will be able to be unlocked. That's not even the 196 trillion coming into the XRP system. It only needs to be able to enter the XRP ledger. This means that a couple $100 million or even $1 billion will likely be added to the accept ledger now that it can do so legally. But if we really think about it, the market that the real token, which is built on the accept ledger and can be bought on the accept ledger right now, is going to bring in is $650 trillion. You should think about it. Besides this, central banks will also be creating CBDCs, which are currencies on the accept record. From now on, other banks will be adding to the accept record. All of this, and I mean all of it, will end up here, which will obviously cause a huge supply shock for accept ledger, as well as a bunch of other extra credit tokens. In my opinion, the real token will be the leader of the pack. So again, all financial advisors should definitely look into this. Also, make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media sites, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, and more. The links are in the description. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.